We're just taking a little bit of a walk. Me in my favorite purple jersey. People look at me sideways and I don't blame them. If I saw somebody wearing a purple jersey, I'd look at them sideways. But it's my best quality jersey, and I didn't know what to expect in terms of weather in Russia, because the weekend prior to my flight, I watched a video. Incidentally, I follow these guys anyway. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was Dr. Brovkin, and he said in his video, it's snowing in Moscow. This was in the first week of May. So I thought, heavens above, if it's still snowing there, it must be bitterly cold. And I packed all sorts of warm stuff, and as I say, my warmest but purple jersey. The purpose of this video is to, now that we've discussed the weather, just show you the environment. I'm strolling to the Kaleidoscope shopping center, and there you can see the effects of Lindsey Graham's bone-crushing sanctions, and the European Union's 18 packages of sanctions. You'll be able to see the food shortages for yourself. You'll be able to see the derelict, unoccupied shop space, all the empty retail space. The downcast people and the general malaise. Dear me, it is raining. Fortunately, it's not raining hard. It's not raining that the rain that we know in South Africa. I suppose maybe all over the world, I don't know. But we in South Africa are much more familiar with thunderstorms, proper thunderstorms, than most other places. These are the famous commie blocks, the blocks of flats around me. People refer to like the stereotype of the 5-story building. Some of them are much, much taller than that. I was in one that I think, I don't know, it's about 20 odd stories perhaps. So they do vary, but there is a kind of a norm, or a prevalent size. And that is the 5-storyer. Oh, I'm not wearing my boots because I discovered that they're rubbish, absolute rubbish. Some years ago I went to the USA and happened to come across some very good looking boots in what they called, if I remember correctly, the bargain cave at, again if I remember correctly, Bass Pro, as opposed to say Gander Mountain. I think it was at the Bass Pro shops that they had these bargain caves, and I found two very attractive pairs of boots, bought them. And then Louis and Mr. Miller and Kuni said to me, buy us a pair each when you go again. And in the meantime, they had changed their policy, just the way they were doing things. So they no longer had the bargain cave, and I couldn't afford to buy 3 pairs of boots at the normal retail price. And I bought 1 pair for Louis. In the meantime, as I say, I bought 2 for myself, two different ones. And the one style was particularly attractive. So I bought a pair for Louis, paid blooming full price, and had to buy an extra suitcase to ship them back, get them back to South Africa. They wouldn't fit. And lo and behold, Louis wore his for about a month and they started falling apart. You know, he'd working on the farm every day. Then mine started falling apart after I'd worn them the equivalent period, but it took me about 3 years to do so, you know, to wear them for whatever, 25 days times 12 hours a day sort of thing. Absolute rubbish. But I had the other pair, a pair of Caterpillars. The first pair was Keys. So I brought the Caterpillars here. They for the wet. They are just the worst boots for walking in. I haven't really worn them. I live in South Africa. It's always hot. You don't want magnificent boots like that on your feet. And I brought them here and I've worn them. I wore them for the first 2 weeks. They nearly broke me. They're absolute rubbish. I suppose they would be good for, say, motorcycle riding, where you're not walking, but you want a solid pair of boots for when your feet touch the ground. So those 2 pairs of boots are going to serve that purpose for the next few decades of my life. So I don't ride the motorbike that much. Maybe I should stop. This is really just turning into a ramble. We're going to have to entitle it A Ramble, so that people who are looking for serious content don't become frustrated by me yabbering away about unimportant things. But as I say, I stand by it. This video is really just intended to give you a feel for the place. I made a few such videos when I first arrived in Moscow, but then couldn't upload them. Jeez, like did we struggle. There's only one way to do things when you come to Moscow, and that's the right way. The right and the proper way from the very beginning. Don't try to do it on the cheap. Not that it's all that expensive to do things properly. Far from it. But don't think you're clever. Don't try to use your own phone. And you can't use your own SIM card. Don't skimp on data and what have you. Anyway, so this is in lieu of those videos that I made ages ago. I think let's cross here. There's the tram. They come about every, I'm guessing, I'm estimating I should say, about every 10 minutes or so. As far as I understand it, it's a ring route in this part of the city. So this is like a sub-department, I'm just using my own word, of Moscow. Tulshina. see those two boys who just passed behind me? There's another 12 or so of them ahead of me. They attend the local police academy. So it's a, yeah, but they're very young though. I don't know exactly how the system works, but I think that it's something like a high school or a maybe a finishing school where you do the last couple of years of your high school at the academy, and you know, grades 10 through 12 plus another couple of years. They don't all look like they're in their late teens and early 20s, as if the academy was entirely post-school. That's what I'm trying to say. There we go, there we go, there we go. The boys being trained to keep law and order. The next generation of law and order keepers. Good for them. See you soon. All right. This is a continuation of our walk down to the Kaleidoscope shopping center. I'm going to catch a bus back. You can bet your bottom dollar. This is for the birds. I'm soaking wet. Now there's everything here. That's a bookshop. Underground, basement. Nice, good place. I bought some books there. Oh, speaking of which, yeah, my bag is closed. I have a Russian exercise book for it says for ages 1 to 7. You know, exercise book, you've got to practice your writing in it, practice the letters. Don't want that ruined. Ages 1 to 7. Can you believe it? There is Moloko. There's a milk shop. There's a shawarma window, but he's not going to get my business. My business is going to the man who makes the orange colored shawarmas. Best I've ever had. Best shawarmas around, man. There are all those youngsters. Oh. The water's getting to this poor phone. Maybe I should turn it off. It looks like something's going wrong. Okay, well, I've tried to get permission from the center management, but I can't find them anywhere. I've gotten directions, and the directions have not panned out. So here's a little video that might turn out to be illicit. I might get into some trouble for it. Showing you how Roche is being hammered by sanctions. She's not happy about the sanctions. She's not happy about something. Leonardo, arts and crafts and hobbies. Super skidky. I don't know what skidky means. Kolbasov. This is the third floor of the Kaleidoscope shopping center that I promised you we were going to visit. I should have introduced this video more properly, but subconsciously it was a continuation of what I was telling you a half an hour ago. So I instinctively just kept on talking. So what should I be saying? It's Friday the 20th of June 2025. I'm in the suburb of Tushina, Moscow, and I'm in the Kaleidoscope shopping center. And the purpose of this video is to show you the effects of the bone-crushing sanctions. Please note, Tushina is nothing special. There's nothing wrong with it. It's very clean, neat, tidy, bustling, orderly. There's a lot of commercial activity going on, but Russians are very quick to tell you, oh, Tushina, very mediocre. My point being that we're not in a special shopping center. This is not some exception to the rule. This is a mediocre shopping center in a mediocre suburb of Moscow. Kotofyu. Детский мир. Детский мир would mean children's world. Children's world. Детский мир. We're on the fourth floor now, which is where the food court is located. Restaurant or dish. Dish restaurant, in other words, a la carte restaurant. Sit down, proper meal restaurant. Kroshka, kartoshka. Something about children, but it means, well, really I'm hopelessly unqualified to translate these things. Maybe something to do with an egg. I could be talking absolute rubbish. So this is the food court. Dim Sum and Company. Chinese. Burg. Right, let me show you. Burger King. Burger King. One of the foreign chains that didn't run away that stayed and is doing very well. Rostic's, KFC. The guy who bought it out, I'm told, the person who told me this story said he's not sure. So don't quote me to a magistrate or a judge. But that's one of, as far as I know, I haven't been counting, only 4 empty shops here, which compared to the USA is, yeah, it's 1/5 the number that you would expect to find among so many shops. Anyway, the guy who told me the story said he's not sure, but he thinks that the chap who bought out KFC when they ran away, his name is Rostislav, and his nickname is Rostic. So it's become the Rostic chain. Arnold, sorry about this, I just want to check something. This is the Gosuslugi, sorry, service center. You can get anything done here. Anything to do with the state or the municipality. Very, very, very jacked up and well organized. Very. It's a pain in the neck, you have to stand in the queue. Apparently it is the Russian habit to send you back if there's an error. So if you've made an error in a form, they will send you back, and then you return having corrected that error. Then, only then, will they continue reading, and if they pick up another error, then they'll send you back again. And apparently that's a bit of a Russian thing, so it can be a bit of a pain in the neck, but yeah, hang of a lot better than some places that I could mention to you. And here I'm thinking not only of South Africa, but for the American audience, the DMV. So there you go. I'm going to go into that place, Gagawa, because they have a chicken nuggets thing that is really quite affordable for the size of the portion, and tasty. And there you go. It's all going on here in Russia. Bone-crushing sanctions bringing Russia to its knees. Its knees. I said to Mr. Miller a few days ago that for me it's very important to make these videos. There's lots of other important work to do. We're doing it. We're making tremendous connections for the future. But this work is much more important than, let's say, making such a video in the USA, because it's vital. I think that there is a Christian responsibility, not to Russia, to us, to expose the reality that Western leaders lie to us about everything all of the time. Everything all of the time. And this is a direct consequence of certain decisions taken in Europe hundreds of years ago to slowly push the church out of daily affairs, so that there would only be one voice, a voice that is controlled by fraternities, secret fraternities that are devoted to the destruction of the Christ. As Karl Marx wrote so explicitly in 1848. Not in the Communist Manifesto, in the critiques of Hegel. Gentlemen's outfitters. Somebody's taken the day off and just left all of their stock there because they know it's not going to get stolen. Look, 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 look. You could pinch a pair of sunglasses just in walking smoothly by and catching the frame with your index finger. But nobody's going to do it. Kiddies play area, I believe. Yeah, it is. Oh, no. Family restaurant, maybe. You may see... Oh, yeah, it's like a children's land restaurant, and games and sweets and balloons and what have you. You may see a woman dressed conservatively, like a blow rock, with a headscarf and long dress. They are Greek Orthodox, I beg your pardon, Russian Orthodox. Not to say that they're the only believers, not at all, but there are some of these people who are especially pious, and they hold to old ways of dress and behavior and so on. Any one of these people would tell you that they are Russian Orthodox, and most times they'll be wearing a cross and what have you. Society is very religious. But you get those kind of more exceptional people who, and they freely intermingle in society. You know, they're involved in everything. They're here in the shopping center, but dressed like blowrockies. Right, there you go, guys. Russia on its knees. I'm telling you. I wish I'd first visited 30 years ago. There's business to be done here, boy. Money to be made. After this, I think I'm going to go back to the hotel, do some Russian language lessons, and what else? There was something else I've forgotten now. But first, let's have a very nice, affordable, big portion of chicken nuggets. Chicken nuggets with dipping sauce. I'm not much of a fan of chicken, although I like KFC. The chemicals that KFC uses to fool you into believing that it is tasty are a particularly good combination of chemicals in the international world of food, if you ask me. Jeez, that's a big bowl of soup. Gracious me. I don't think I could flatten that. And I for sure have the biggest appetite that I know. Добрый день. Меню английский, пожалуйста. Спасибо. That's it, guys. Enough for now. Sure, my jacket is soaking wet.